Welcome back to the Raindrop, guys. Today I'm going to be covering the LGBTQIAP Elemento PQRZ, whatever you want to, the fucking alphabet mafia. So today I'm covering all of the things surrounding that movement. As you can see up here, I've got probably 10 different things to discuss, and that's just what I knew off the top of my head. I didn't go looking for, specific, or I went looking for specific things. It's not like I just, let me just go find dirt that I know is, or, let me just go find dirt and I'll find it. I already knew all this shit happened. So all this shit that I'm going to go over today, I walk around in my noggin. That's the point I'm making. I didn't just find this out. So all these stories that I'm going to share with you today is stuff that I've known for some of it for years. This is not a new phenomena. This is not just now getting out and parents this year are just now making a fuss about it. Parents are just now making a fuss about it. That doesn't mean that it's just now a problem. This has been a problem for close to a decade. So it started creeping into the narrative in the beginning of the 2010s. So when I was a kid, I remember this stuff coming out and the trans movement and stuff like that. And when Obama was in office, he lit the White House up in rainbow flags. When there's my knock on that, there is much more pressing issues than who's fucking who. So that was my issue with that. We can focus on much bigger issues like that. Trans people are being hunted down and killed. What the hell ever? Like, no, the average person does not give a shit if you're trans, gay, bi, whatever. It's just when you start getting into the pronouns and you are demanding of people to say this or do that, that's when you're getting authoritarian with it, and that's where I'm repulsed by it. As you can probably hear, I'm echoing probably, and so I'm in my garage, so my wife works from home, and I get a little rambunctious when I do these. So for anybody watching, that's why I'm in the garage. You may hear some cars go by, you may hear some birds, you may hear a bug, but that's part of the country. So just apologize for the echoing or any traffic you may hear. Just trying to not bother the wife while she's working, because this stuff gets me pretty worked up. All of this stuff gets me worked up, whether we're talking about government corruption, this bullshit, cops, war, I mean, you name it, I get worked up because we're fucking lied to and manipulated 24/7. So with all that said, get that intro out of the way. If you like my videos, please like, subscribe, comment. I would love to see your comments. I would love to debate in the comments, just have conversation, difference in ideology. I'm going to be called a bigot by some people for this one, but this is my stance. This is my personal beliefs on it. So if you don't like it, I'm sorry. Feel free to let me know in the comments, and we can agree to disagree. So we're going to get started here with the genderqueer book. This is being pushed to children in schools. This is one thing, let's see, genderqueer book in schools. Books including genderqueer. Okay, so they're starting to ban it. So as you can see, it's being removed from public school because it was put there until parents started causing an uproar and going, I don't want my children seeing this. Let's see here. So, and when you say, why are parents trying to ban genderqueer book from schools? Reasons why genderqueer should never be in schools. So there you go. This is why. So you've got all this, and this is like pushed to little kids. I mean, we're talking kindergartner, second grade, third grade. Why does a second grader, hang on, give me a second here. Why does a second grader need to see this? For years, my standard method of masturbation was stuffing a sock in the front of my pants and manipulating the bulge. This would involve into hip thrusting while thinking of my latest gay something. Memorably, I got off once while driving just by putting this front of my jeans. Yeah, something. And imagine getting a blowjob. Like, this is being pushed to kids. I mean, like, kids are being pushed to read this. So, like, and people will tell you, people will look you dead in your face, look you dead in your shit, and tell you it's not happening. So, here's another one for you. Everybody, you should go and follow Libs of TikTok. This will wake you up to the crazy shit that is in the world. So, what? Okay, I didn't mean to click on that. A small child, perhaps 5 or 6, stuffs money into the underwear of a nearly naked drag queen as parents look on smiling. Okay? So, then we have, I found this. So, I mean, I knew this stuff was going on. It's just I don't know the exact examples of it. So, oh, I keep hitting the...
Sweetheart. So binary is just a word that basically just means two. It's a fancy word for two. They use it with computers when they're coding for computer programs. If you hear the word binary, it basically just means that there's two sides. So a lot of people think that gender is something that's binary, meaning that there's just boys and there's just girls. But a lot of people don't feel that way.
I don't care what you feel like.
Some people feel like they might fall in the middle of being a boy and a girl. They might
take your blood. What does it come back as? I don't give a shit what you feel like. And you cannot walk up to me and demand that I call you the opposite thing because of your feelings that day. I'm sorry. I'm just not a feeling person. I'm a factual person. You can't tell me that this is an android because it felt like an android today. That's fucking delusional. I'm sorry. Call me a bigot, call me heartless, call me whatever you want. I'm factual. So at the end of the day, facts don't care about your feelings, to quote Ben Shapiro. Facts don't care. So she goes on to keep explaining non-binary in her liberal mind. Keep scrolling. Listen to this.
They may be non-binary, and I'm saying they for now, but they haven't chosen a pronoun that they would prefer to be used because they're 7. So
they're 7. 7. They think they might be non-binary. Why do they think that? Is it maybe because your blue-haired liberal dumbass is pushing that narrative? Maybe. Oh, I don't know. Where did they learn that? That is a learned behavior, like racism. You're not born hating a black person because of the color of their skin. You're taught that. You're not born thinking that, oh, I'm going to feel like a flamingo today. Or I'm going to feel like the opposite gender today. Like that shit is, that you can call me bigoted, whatever. That is programming. That kid's probably been taught since it was old enough to speak about all this shit. So for it's 7, it's probably been indoctrinated since it was 2, and the little kid doesn't know any different. Excuse me. The kid doesn't know any different. So when they're pushing this, it just confuses the shit out of the kid. So the kid's like, well, hell, I don't know what I am. We'll let her finish.
They don't really know what pronouns are. So in order to help us all figure out if this
Here we go. Here's the indoctrination.
Because, certain kids at school say, like, the haircut you have is a boy's haircut, and they don't like that. Or if this is something that they're really feeling. We want to help everybody understand what it means to be non-binary and like what the options are. I asked her.
Here's the books that they told you that aren't there.
To me.
They're not indoctrinating your children. They're just only writing children's books about it.
Couldn't decide what to be, boy or girl, bird or fish, and all of that was fine until they went to school. It seems familiar. I'm hoping for a happy ending.
I'm hoping for a happy ending. They're not indoctrinating your children, people. They're not indoctrinating your children. Like, there, because this, what happens when that kid, whoop, see, I told you, bugs. What happens when your child goes over to their house, to this person's house? Oh, well, you have long hair, sweetie. You might, do you feel like a boy? If you could cut your hair. And then they cut their hair, and then this person, this jackass, tells them, oh, how amazing they look, and, well, you might be a boy because you like it with short hair. Don't you feel amazing with short hair? Oh, well, now you need to chop your tits off. Like, it is a progression. It's grooming. It's the same way that you would groom an adult woman into sex trafficking or prostitution. Oh, well, we have this swimsuit, or we have this party that you just have to wear a skimpy dress to. Okay, well, it's just a skimpy dress that shows a little skin, whatever. Okay, well, next week, we don't have the dress party anymore, but we do have a bathing suit party, a pool party that we're promoting. Would you like to do that? Well, it's just a little more skin. What could it hurt? All right, cool. Well, the next week, we don't have a bathing suit party this week. It's only topless. I don't really like showing my top, but it's just topless. Who cares? All right, cool. Well, the next week, now it's fully nude, and that's all we have. So now you're walking around fully nude in a matter, I'd said a month, but, it could take more time than that, obviously. I'm just being hyperbolic. But in a month, now you're walking around butt naked at parties. So then you meet this rich motherfucker that takes you back to his house, and now you're literally prostituting yourself. It's grooming yourself into the situation. The same way this is done in schools, the teachers will come in, there's TikToks of the shit, them talking about indoctrinating children into this liberal fucking, what's the word I'm looking for, gender ideology, this critical gender theory, critical gender praxis, the teaching of critical gender theory in schools. Hi children, today we're going to be discussing gender. And so if you like this gay pride rainbow pretty flag and you like this flag, come over here. Or if you want, you can like this dull cis black and white flag. When you say that to a 7-year-old, they're gonna pick a fucking bright pretty flag over the dreary dull black flag over here. That's the subtle grooming into this shit. So you can say that I'm stretching, I'm reaching, whatever. It's not happening in schools. I just showed you a parent doing that. So we're going to go to my bookmarks. I just started bookmarking things, so I don't have much. Here's another one.
Pronouns, those are all the pronouns, but you used they for those two sentences. Why did you use they?
Because how was I supposed to know if it was a they, them, a he, or a she?
You didn't feel like the name was a clue? No? Why not?
Because you always say nothing is a boy thing and nothing is a girl thing.
Nothing is a boy thing and nothing is a girl thing.
Nothing is a boy thing, nothing is a girl thing.
This paper?
I don't know.
I should give it an A because it's what I taught. That's what I taught you about being non-binary.
It's funny.
So, because pronoun.
It's funny. What does that fucking do to a culture over 20, 30, 40, 50 years? What? Like, I'm thinking such big picture. Like, I think, well, what happens just when everybody's gay and nobody's reproducing anymore? That's how big picture I think. Like, I'm not just worried about who's fucking. I don't care who you're fucking behind closed doors. If you're an adult, do what the hell you want to do behind closed doors. I'm pro minding my own business. If I want to shoot bleach into my veins tomorrow, it's nobody's business but mine. Like, if I want to go and have dinner with my wife right now, it's nobody's business but mine. Like, that's where I stand. But when shit is delusional, I can call a duck a duck. Like, I'm not going to call for legislation to ban trans people or anything. I don't care if you're trans. But the ideology, I can call a duck a duck. It's delusional. But if you want to do that, be my guest. I'm pro-freedom, pro-liberty. Do what you want. But when you're indoctrinating children, as a parent, Okay, that's your right to indoctrinate your children, but I have the right to ask, what does that do to society when that kid is 35 and in Congress and can't answer what a fucking woman is? We already have that. Judge Jackson refuses to define woman during confirmation hearing. Supreme Court nominee Miss Ketanji Brown Jackson cannot tell you what a fucking woman is. She's on the Supreme Court. It's already happening. It's already infiltrated our government. So there you go. It's already here. So what happens when everybody on the Supreme Court can't define what a fucking woman is? That is insane to me. That is insane. And liberals clap for it. It's insane to me. So I'm going to move along because I don't want this to be an hour-long episode. Florida parents sue school district over daughter's secret gender transition. So the school was transitioning a girl into a boy without the parents' consent. The girl, biological girl, tried to commit suicide because she was so depressed from being transitioned and groomed and brainwashed from her school. That happened January 26, 2022. That happened. So then you have... I'm recording. Houston Public Library admits registered child sex offender read to kids in Drag Queen Story Time. You can go to Drag Queen Story Hour online right now and book a drag queen to come read a book to your kids. You can do that. Hold on. You know what? Don't take me for my word. DragQueenStoryHour.com. There you go. I'm not making all this shit up. Like, I'm a factual person. You can call me whatever fucking name you want to, but when I open my mouth, it's factual. I have my opinions just like everybody else. But when it comes down to stating fact, here you go. I have the fucking receipts. So, I'm going to cancel that out because my windows are getting very small here. So, I've already talked about the genderqueer, I've already talked about that. So, I need to, these pop-up ads, man. So, literally, Alberto Garza, a 32-year-old child sex offender, was hired by a company to go and read drag queen books, trans gay books, to children, and that's perfectly okay. Just come sit on my lap, sonny boy. Like, it's fucking disgusting what people clap for. Here's another one. Loudoun County Sheriff says superintendent knew about sexual assault in girls' bathroom the day it happened. In Loudoun County, could have been a middle school, high school. One of the district's high schools had been arrested. Okay, so it was high school. So a trans student, a boy identifying as a girl, went into the girl's bathroom and raped an actual woman, an actual female. And that's okay. You don't have a national fucking conversation about that. Why? Why? Why is that not a national conversation? Why are you a bigot for asking why this is okay? They can't answer it. They just throw it back in your face that you're a bigot. So, we're going to keep moving along here. I have more. Oh, there's always more. This is just what I know. I just grabbed from the top of my head every story that I knew that I could think of in a matter of 5 minutes. I didn't want to be sitting here all day. New Jersey woman's prison inmates pregnant after sex with transgender prisoner. So now you can be a man, break a law, be sent to jail, describe as a woman, identify as a woman. They will be lenient on that, send you to a woman's prison, and then you just got pussy on tap. That's wonderful, isn't it? It's so liberal. It's fucking delusional. And that's the world we're living in. Men are being sent in New Jersey, of fucking course, being sent to prisons where they can fuck women and impregnate them. That's liberal. And that's okay. And if you don't like it, you're a fucking bigot. And a racist, and a homophobe, and all the other isms. So we're going to keep moving along. Trans woman who sparked scene flashing genitals to kids in spa turns out to be a registered sex offender since 2006. In 2021, I believe this happened, June 23rd. June 23rd, 2020, June 23rd, 2021, something like that. So, September 3rd, 2021 is when this was written. 15 years before it happened, he was a fucking sex offender. So now, a registered sex offender, a man, can just identify as a woman and go into a woman's bathroom, a woman's changing room, whip his dick out in front of all the women and girls, children, girls, in the changing room, and that is okay with you. I know this is California, and they have laws to protect gender discrimination and all that shit. It's delusional. Welcome to what's legal and illegal. That's a whole nother fucking episode. So, we got that down. We're going to keep moving. Teacher admits to teaching LGBTQ in schools. I was looking this up trying to find the TikTok I was looking for earlier. But literally, columnist admits schools are grooming children into LGBT. Teachers who totally stalk students for LGBTQ club responds. California teachers recruiting students to LGBTQ plus clubs. California teachers reportedly urge recruiting kids into LGBT clubs. LGBTQ activist transforming school admits we're training schools to be more charitable and to be friendly to the LGBTQ community. Like, all that is kowtowing to them. Like, by being friendly, that means giving into their demands of you using proper pronouns. Like, this is blatantly a woman and you want me to call him a he. Her a he. Like, no! I'm not playing that fucking mind game. So, then we got... I forgot I downloaded that. Here we go. This is my last point, and I'm going to end on this. The main message, because I don't think every gay person, every trans person, every bi person is trying to transform kids and brainwash kids. I've got gay friends. I've got trans people that I follow on social media, such as Blair White. She's great. Like, and I'm saying she. It's a dude. He's great, she's great, whatever. He's great. Love Blair White. He believes, she believes, whatever, that children shouldn't be given testosterone blockers or puberty blockers. Children should not be able to transition until they're 18, until they're an adult and actually fully understand. This is another one I forgot to talk on. Irreversible Damage by Abigail Schreier. If you're pro-LGBT and you're watching this, please go read that book, Irreversible Damage. It is about the testimonials of the people that regretted transitioning to being trans, from male to female, female to male. It is that. You don't get that nuance in the mainstream media talking point. All you hear is about how glorious, how great it is. Like, you don't get the people that did it and went, oh my God, I fucked my whole life. You don't hear that. So that's another point. But actually, before we do the video there about them taking your children or converting your children, Gen Z is the queerest generation ever, over and over, from Vice to them.us to In the Know, Insider.com, 1 in 6 Gen Z Americans are LGBT. Why is that? Why? Once again, me asking, me being me. When I see that, I saw the Vice article pop up on my Facebook a year ago. So yeah, a year ago, I saw this article come out because I'm deep in the weeds. As soon as I saw it, I said, why? I knew the answer, or what my answer was. Because people are being fucking indoctrinated to the shit. From the time they're 3 until they're fucking 23. Because they go to college and then their liberal trans professor is telling them how great transism is. Like, no! You're being indoctrinated to believe something that's not real. If you want to experiment with other genders and experiment with, have sex with other gender, whatever, do what you want. But when you go down this path and start demanding that people use these pronouns and this and that, and I'm Z, Zay, boo, bye, and you're using all these fucking words that are fucking made up, like, what are you doing? And why am I speaking this Florbo alien language that you are making up as you fucking go because of feelings? No. Stop and get out of my face with that shit until you come back with some fucking sense. So here we go. If this movement as a whole, not person by person, as a whole, because these people are mixed in with the people that just want to be gay, just want to be trans, just want to be bi, and live their life and be left alone. I love you if you're like that. I have no problem with you. If you are one of the ones pushing the shit and out in the streets talking about how glorious it is with your cock in a sock, with flying a fucking pride flag with a child standing next to you with you in a G-string cock in a sock, you have a mental health issue. That's a problem. You have a bunch of dudes standing in the street with their cocks in a sock with children standing next to them. You have children paying trans strippers to dance for them. That's disgusting. So, with that being said, now knowing that Gen Z is the queerest generation, the books are in schools, the parents are brainwashing kids with all that shit, now you know. Why would you come up with a creepy-ass song that says we're coming for your children? Even though it's supposed to be tongue-in-cheek, why, if you want to make positive movement in your group, in your movement, if you want to make a positive step, why be a tongue-in-cheek smartass when you know so many people already are hesitant of the movement, like me? You're giving them ammo. You're giving them ammo doing shit like this because you're being a smartass. You're being a blatant smartass. We're coming for your children. I'm just going to let you listen.
You can't respect, but you're just frightened. You think that we'll corrupt your kids if our agenda goes unchecked. Funny. Just this once, you're correct.
How creepy.
We'll convert your children. Happens bit by bit, quietly and subtly, and you will barely notice it. Just like you worried, they'll change their group of friends. You won't approve of where they go at night to protest. Oh, and you'll be disgusted when they start finding things online that you've kept far from their sight. We'll convert your children, yes we will. Reaching one and all, there's really no escaping it. Cause even grandma likes RuPaul, and the world's getting kinder. Gen Z's gayer than Grindr.
I just said Gen Z is the gayest. There you go, Gen Z. They're coming for your children. They will convert your children. The gay agenda is here.
I think the creepiest thing about this video is
the gay agenda is here. And I'm going to leave it at that. If you like the video, please like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends and family. People need to know this shit's going on. And I'm trying to raise awareness of it. I'm going to be posting more often if this ends up going well, recording out here in the garage, if it's not too bad echoey with the sounds in the back, cars and bugs and such. But if you like it, please like, comment, subscribe, like I said, and I will be back again with new updated content soon, and I'm out.